So, as many of you may have seen, Death Stranding 2 has been announced. Now, I've been a Kojima fan since the very beginning. I love his games, but at the same time, I wasn't nuts for Death Stranding. I really wanted to like this game. Let's go back a little bit and talk about where my Kojima journey started. I was in 9th grade, and my dad for Christmas got me a copy of Metal Gear Solid 1, and it blew my mind. Before games like this, there was no such thing as sneaking around, killing enemies, hiding bodies. They took those elements and made it in such a cinematic fashion. They were able to take these anime-esque bosses and make them believable, and then weave it all together into a story that had Game of Thrones level plot twists. I was totally hooked. The action was rewarding. The storytelling was phenomenal, and I couldn't predict what was going to happen next. And the overall feel of the game was just like nothing I had ever experienced. Going on into Metal Gear Solid 2, it got even crazier. In fact, that's probably my favorite Metal Gear Solid. The controls were cleaner, the story got more insane, and it was able to reference the old Metal Gear Solids all the way back to the very first one on NES, up through the PS1 game, in such an incredible way. Metal Gear Solid 3, incredible. James Bond vibes all around. I love the fact that you had the different outfits you could wear to blend into different areas. Even more insane battle sequences. And again, tying the story together so well. Metal Gear Solid 4 may be the weakest of all of the 5 Metal Gear Solid modern games, but still an excellent story no matter what. And as far as epic battles go, it was insane. It's kind of sad to see what happened with Metal Gear Solid 5. That could probably have been the best one, but if you play through the game, you can see very clearly it wasn't finished. They forced the game out. It had a lot of cool features. The story, until you get to the end, is pretty exciting, and it kind of fizzles out. This is how we ended up with Kojima's new company, and this is how we got Death Stranding. I wish we could have continued the Metal Gear story on. I guess there's some new crappy Metal Gear Solids that have been released that have zombies and other stuff. Personally, I'm not interested. So then you get Death Stranding. This is a game I could not have been more hyped for. I know many of you who watch the channel are used to just seeing me play multiplayer games, mainly StarCraft, of course, whether it's an esports casting event or it's me on my personal stream. But I grew up on these kind of games, and I've always found Kojima to be one of the best storytellers. The problem with Death Stranding is not the story. The story's exciting, it's full of mystery, it's full of plot twists. The problem with Death Stranding is the part where it's a game. I got about halfway through Death Stranding before I realized, oh, this is the game. I kept thinking more was going to come. Instead, ultimately, it just came down to me delivering packages, which I understood that's what it was about, but I thought we were going to kind of build off of that. I found it neither rewarding or exciting, less challenging, more frustrating. I will support Kojima no matter what he does, because I feel like we don't have anybody in the space that tells stories as well as he does and takes risks like he does either. But I'm hoping when Death Stranding comes out, they get the gameplay part down in a way that is going to fix everything that happened in Death Stranding, the original. The first game was one of the most controversial games to ever come out. It either had some of the best reviews you've ever seen, or it was very, very poorly received. I've got my fingers crossed for Kojima, but we need to have the gameplay element itself improved in a way, and I don't know what way that is. That's going to be up to him. Whether that's more combat, whether that's making the package delivery part of the game more enthralling, more addictive, but he's got to come up with something. Anyways, let me know what you think they could do to fix Death Stranding 2 in the future, and what your thoughts are on Death Stranding 1. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe to this channel. And join me on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/TastelessTV. We do a lot of StarCraft and a lot of other story games, and I'd love for you to join me there and let me know what you think. Until the next video, I'll see you next time.